do not underestimate Pakistan's resolve and capacity to defend itself. Any aggression or intervention will meet a matching and effective response from our armed forces and from the people of Pakistan. Nor should the United Nations ignore these open threats to use force by India. The international community should take urgent action to prevail on India to halt its provocations against my country. The nations of the world represented here cannot allow India's impunity to conduct its crimes against humanity in Kashmir under the flimsy cover of terrorism. The only terrorism in Kashmir is state terrorism by India. The brutalization of people kept under foreign occupation is in fact considered as the gravest form of terrorism by the non-aligned movement, comprising almost 2/3 of the General Assembly's membership. Madam President, Pakistan, as you know, has been on the front lines in the fight against terrorism. Our military campaign involving 200,000 of our troops have crushed and eliminated terrorist groups in our frontier regions and from our towns and our cities. We have paid a heavy price. 27,000 civilians and military personnel have been martyred, have paid the ultimate sacrifice, and many more have been injured and maimed for life. But this does not deter us. We will continue this fight. We will continue until we have eliminated the last terrorist from our soil. But as we all know, terrorism is now a global phenomenon which must be addressed comprehensively in all its forms, including state terrorism. The global threat of terrorism cannot, however, be defeated unless we address its underlying causes. Poverty and ignorance are part of the problem. So are social and political exclusion, foreign intervention, and the denial of economic and political justice. Similarly, extremist ideologies must also be challenged and countered. Finally, in closing, Madam President, I'd like to quote Dag Hammarskjöld, who famously said that the United Nations was not created to take mankind to heaven, but to save humanity from hell. In the midst of profound and imposing challenges confronting us today, the UN remains our best hope to save our succeeding generations from the scourge of war. Pakistan's commitment to this Parliament of Man is firm and abiding, to work collectively, to work collaboratively, to work together for a better and brighter future for all of humanity. I thank you, Madam President.
I thank the distinguished permanent representative of Pakistan for her statement.